What's up, YouTube? This is Boston Chris back with a brand new video. So, as we're closing out the year, we are 3 days away from Christmas, and you know, it's time to kind of go over. I think it's a good time to go over my top books for the year to see what books I picked up from my list. My list was pretty hefty. I'm not gonna lie. I had kind of a longer list on purpose just to kind of give me a broad reach to see, maybe what books I could score, um, hopefully, get lucky, catch some good deals on, just to kind of keep me focused. I know that, in general, it's tough when you have a top list. It's tough when you have any kind of, just collecting goals and stuff like that, because it's very easy to get sidetracked. No matter where, going to cons, going to shops, going all these different places, you see a lot of different stuff, and it's like, oh, this is a good deal, I should pick this up, or oh, this is a good book, let me pick this up. So the reason I do the top 10 list is to try to kind of keep me focused. Works somewhat, but I kind of shifted focus a lot with my collecting as far as books are concerned. I don't have I don't really collect many new issues. I will here and there, but for the most part, I stay away from newer books. It's usually just back issues I pick up. So for the year, I'll say I did pretty well. I knew coming into this year that there was no way I was supposed to get everything. Like, there was no way I would end up doing that. But I did do pretty good. And, you know, uh, there's a bunch of books I didn't get. And, those are probably going on the list for next year. I actually worked on the list. I have it here, so I can go over that, depending on how long the video goes and everything. But let's just get into it. So, here was the list. So here's the list that I put together for myself. So as you can see, it's what? It's definitely over 10 books. It's probably close to like 21 or 22 books. So pretty decent, hefty size list. I haven't checked off a bunch in a while just because I just haven't had time. But we'll start off with the first book that I was able to pick up. So I got this Silver Surfer 14. This I got from Red Hood Comics on the live sale. And pretty good book. Definitely, good shape and everything. He put this at a 5.0. So Red Hood is usually really good at grading the books. Usually he's a little bit harsher than what you would expect, so maybe a little better than that, but I would trust it to say if this is a 5.0. Could be a 5.5. You never know. I don't know. But definitely one that I'm excited to have on my list. Next, we have Amazing Spider-Man 100. So really awesome anniversary cover. This is one that I've liked for a while, and it's just a book that kind of eluded me for a while. Like, as I was trying to go and get some new stuff, it was just like, I want to get this book. So, never a hard book to find. I think there's plenty of them out there. It's just finding one for a good enough price is really tough. So, I was able to pick up one of my upgrades that I was like, looking to go ahead and move up and get a better copy of. So we have X-Men 266, the first Gambit. So got this for a great price at the Little Giant Comic-Con back in April. So this is, really, nicely, nice book. I'd say there's probably, let's see, definitely some pressable defects. I think there's, looks like maybe there's one I can see, and there might be 2 color breaking ticks on this thing, on the spine. But overall, book's in amazing shape. So definitely a good book that I'm excited to have. Let's see. Next, we have one of the let's see. So, well, basically, all right. So next we have one of the only indie books on this list, and this is actually a really good copy. Again, it's got a couple of color breaks on it, but overall, great book. Really awesome cover, really fun one, and that is Tank Girl #1. So if you watch The Hunt, I've shown this book. Just really awesome book. Love this cover. Excited to have this in my collection. This is one that, and it does have the trading cards inside, so that's one thing I will say. If you do pick this book up, make sure that you check with the seller, to see if they have the actual trading cards inside. This is one that I will most likely at some point send off to get graded, just because I love how it looks in here, but I wanna get it in a slab, like, so, you know, I'm not worried about the grade on this. I mean, I think it's gonna probably, if I had to guess, it's probably be like at the very lowest a 7.5. So that's fine by me. I don't mind that. Next up, so there's a little bit of a story with this one. This one's kind of funny. But next we have Thor 165. So this I picked up from a local shop because I had seen that on Facebook they actually put it up there, and so I went ahead and I called the shop to see if they could hold it for me until, because it was on I think it was like a Sunday afternoon, and I wasn't going to be able to get there that day. But I was like, can you hold this for me till tomorrow, and I'll get in there as soon as I can after work. And they were like, yeah, no problem. So I got there as they were closing and was able to pick this up. So definitely a cool book to have. Definitely one that you want to get with Warlock, and one that's probably gonna get a little tougher to find. But great book. So, and with that and another book, I really did do some good. I guess I really did well on trying to close out that Warlock run, like all the early stuff. There's a couple of other earlier issues, not quite first appearances, but there's some of the early stuff that I need to get. Next up we have X-Men 196, X-Men 96, first Moira McTaggart. So I've been trying to close out that whole 94 through the Burn run of X-Men, and so this gets me one step closer. I have only a couple more books to get within that, which I'll discuss that in a little bit, just because it goes back to my list. All right, so this is actually a really awesome book. This is one I'm really excited to have in my collection. I got this from Thoro. I noticed that he had put this up on his Instagram, and so I was like, oh no, I gotta have it. And this is one that I can kick myself, because I should I remember when this was on the newsstands and everything, and the shops. I had I could have gotten a bunch of them. I definitely could have got myself one, but I was like, don't have the money right now. I'll come back and get it later in the week. Yeah, right. That didn't happen. Just people loved this cover, and it was just gonna end up being taken away. So I never saw it again until way later on online. So, but the hip hop variant of Spider-Man 1, the Miles Morales, this would be the Illmatic cover swipe. So awesome book, definitely one that I was excited for. And Thoro had it up there. I was just like, yeah, man, claim. And the rest is history. So it's mine now. Next we have one of the books that's near and dear to me. I always loved this series, and just this title, like this specific book and everything, is just awesome. It's it's got a young cover, and it's a what if title. So what if Venom possessed Deadpool? So awesome book. One that I've been chasing for a while, and I finally got it. So was really excited for that. Got a sticky on there from a con. I don't know how Klaus Janson got on there, because Klaus Janson got nothing to do with that, but definitely an awesome book to have. One that I'm really excited for. And next up we have well, let me go ahead and get this. So this is one actually was kind of cool. Wrong one. Sorry. Hold on. Here we go. So this one is one I actually picked up very early in the year, actually. I saw that a local shop was having, I think it was like a New Year's sale or something like that. So I went down to the shop to go check it out, and I saw they had this. I was like, oh, I gotta get this. And it's one that I've wanted for a while. I've seen people posting it, and I was like, oh man. So I saw they had this, and the price was good, and I checked with my friend Hudat, from Hudat Comics and Movies and everything, and he's the turtle guy, so he'll tell you all about whether it's a good price, bad price, hold out, wait off, see what you can do. So he's like, oh, this is a good price, like definitely get this. So I was like, all right, cool. So I picked up the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #4, the second print. So this is the infamous Ninja Turtles NES cover. So if you ever had the Ninja Turtles game for the Nintendo, the original one that they made for Nintendo, this was the front cover of it. So this is the box art and everything like that, and then you have the back, and then funny enough too, like if you watched my last video, you would have seen that I actually picked up the first print of that book as well. So we have actually the both of them. So you can see the first print and the second print. So first print is cool. Like I won't lie, it's a great cover. But they just came back and knocked it out of the park on that second one. So really really awesome books. That I'm really proud to have in my collection. And then next up, so as far as being like the drum roll winner, and the one that's like, oh, the which one's better, it's a kind of a toss up here. I really don't know which one I would say I'm happier to have in my collection. But to stay with the Warlock theme, I'll go with this one. So at the Little Giant Comic Con, they showed different books they had, and I was just like getting that one. So this is the first book I bought when I walked in the door. I was excited to get it. Have Fantastic Four 67, the origin of first appearance of him, the Cocoon. Great issue to have. Definitely one that I was excited to get, one that I really wanted because of the fact that the whole like you knew Adam Warlock was coming. They had been they made mention of him, or at least mention of something having to do with a character named Adam in Guardians 2, and so just waiting for it to pay off, and it finally did, which is cool. But I wanted to get it done, so now I have all of his early appearances. I think there's like maybe like as far as the significant firsts and seconds and stuff like that. I have that. I have his first solo title, the Marvel Premiere 1 and 2. I have his whole first run. So as far as Adam Warlock is concerned, man, I am all set with Adam Warlock. Like I have pretty much everything significant about him up until like I said, there's a couple of Thor issues that I don't have, that I think like third or fourth appearances, and then I think there's I'm not sure what other titles he might have been in, but I do know that there's a couple of Thors where he's involved. So definitely cool stuff to have there. And then the last book that I have, because I can't find the other one that I picked up and I was really excited for, was the first Phoenix, X-Men 101. So really, really good books, really awesome amount of books. I mean, overall, I think I did really, really well. And there is one more that I have, I just can't find it. And the reason I can't find it is because I'm not really all that well organized right now. So that's part of what I'm going to be working on during my break from work. So we working at a college or a university, try to give them, working at a university or college like I do, we end up having the break at the same during for the holidays. So that's one of the benefits of working there, which is cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to get myself reorganized as far as just getting my collection organized again, getting some things in better spaces, and hopefully find it. But the other book that I have, that I bought, that I definitely purchased and have somewhere in this house, is X-Men 97. So what I'll do is just go ahead and I will check off the books that I was able to pick up this year on my list. Now, because I don't have it in hand, I know I have the book, but I don't have it in hand, so I will go ahead and I will leave the X-Men 97 blank. But so 96. So overall, my list, I was able to get, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 books off of the list. Not too bad. 12 total. So, isn't a bad, it's not a bad group there to pick up. And then, some of these are going to make it onto my list for 2023. that one I'm prefacing saying 2023 and beyond, just because there's a lot of books on that list, and you know, I'll just kind of give you an idea. So it's a pretty hefty list. It contains a lot of books, but there's definitely some things that I really want to try to get into. So I just to give the rundown. So Amazing Spider-Man 300, 39, 40, 50, First Kingpin, 86, that Electra, the Black Widow, new suit, 101, First Morbius, um, you know, 50, Avengers 57, First Vision, Akira 38, and then Archie's Madhouse 22. So that is the first appearance of Sabrina the Witch. The reason that Archie is on there is because I kind of, like I said, I've shifted some focuses here and there, and I think that Archie books are books that people kind of don't really pay much attention to, and so there's some pretty decent keys within Archie. Not just the Golden Age stuff, but there's some pretty good Silver Age, Bronze Age stuff that's worth picking up. So and sometimes you can score it for pretty cheap. It just depends on where you go and what you're looking for, and if the people know what they, because there's so many Archie books that I think that a lot of people lose track, so they just have tons of them and they don't separate out the keys from time. So sometimes you score. But of course, we have Green Lantern 87, first John Stewart, Ghost Rider 1 and 2. I really want to pick up those early Ghost Rider books. Fantastic Four 52. Hopefully get a first Black Panther. You never know. First Annihilus. And then, really going to be trying hard to get the Iron Man 55. I could have had it this year. I just wanted to complete a few other books, and I was just like, it's a little bit too expensive right now. So hopefully get that. Then we have also Luke Cage #1, Silver Surfer 1 and 4, which hopefully I can do that, and then finish out the rest of that run. Strange Tales 169. It's another book I'm going to be hopefully picking up this year, just because I've been chasing that for a few years, and I think hopefully there'll be enough wiggle room, and some things might drop down enough to pick that up. Tomb of Dracula 10. We'll see. That's probably going to be a beyond. Let's see. Thor 114. I think that's the first Absorbing Man, so I'd love to get that. And then X-Men, we have 51, 52, 54. That's first Alex Summers. And number 40, that's that Frankenstein cover. And X-Men 94 and 95. Really would like to get the 94 and 95. But I would love to pick up these two. The Eric the Red and 52 being the that I can think of as more Neil Adams art. So cool stuff there. Marvel Superheroes 13, first Carol Danvers. That I should be able to pick up easy. The Spawn Black and White. So I have to try to find it somewhere other than eBay, because eBay, the prices for those ones, like there's ones that are like beaten to death and people want I think upwards of $300, $400, $500 for them. Not happening. Not for a beat up one. I'm sorry. And then the ones that are graded, that are high grade, they want over $1,000. Again, not happening. Let's see. Deadpool 45, the Run the Jewels. So that's the Scotty Young with the gauntlet. What's it called? With the Deadpool's hand and the gauntlet holding the chain or whatever. That one I really want to get because I just love that cover. That one's kind of pricey. I'm not gonna lie to you. Let's see. Mortal Kombat #1. So they're talking about the old one, the one that came out before there was a series with the game. Definitely want to pick that up, and that's not too expensive. I should be able to get that. Maximum Carnage #1. That one's kind of a tough one because that I think was a mail away, and there's a lot of them that are in really rough shape, but because they weren't mass produced really, they're just kind of they're I should say they were mass produced, but not in the numbers that you would think, and people didn't keep up with them. So there's some of them that are kind of pricey. So I'm trying to find a happy medium ground there. NYX 3 and 4. 4 I could probably get. 3 I have a high. That's again beyond. And then Green Lantern 59, which is first Guy Gardner. I think is the first Guy Gardner as a Green Lantern. So definitely one that I want to get, but. That's my list for next year, and there'll probably be some other things. But like I said, this is 23 and beyond, so I can just keep kind of rolling it over. And there's a lot of books I'd like to get, and just I figure if it needs to be anything like that, I can reach out to the community, see who has what, see what's going on. But I'm gonna do my best to try to get a good amount of those books. We'll see what happens. I definitely wouldn't be able to get them all unless I hit the lottery or something, just because some expensive books on hand. But you know, with everything correcting, hopefully, what they're saying, like market correcting, we'll see. But other than that, it's been a good year. I had a really fun time, picking up all these different books. So hopefully next year is just as good or even better. But I want to thank everybody for watching, and hopefully look to see some of you, everybody else who's wrapping up their lists and going into the list for next year. Love to see what you guys have coming up. If there's anyone who has a list that they're gonna make, feel free to tag me on Instagram, or just just whatever, you know what I mean. Put it up there, post it, and tag me so I can see what you guys are looking for, and just kind of enjoy your collections as I hope you enjoy mine. But with that, I'm gonna get going. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Again, this has been Boston Chris. Everybody have a happy holiday season, I guess, and happy holidays, Merry Christmas for those of you who celebrate Christmas, and Happy Hanukkah for the Hanukkah, and everybody else, whatever else you celebrate, happy, celebration, and everybody stay safe. Everybody have a great holiday season and a happy New Year. All right, I'm out. Everyone, take it easy.